We're taking it there. We're taking it there. Now, not only am I doing comics, I'm also doing VHS, and I'm dipping the toe in. I'm dipping the toe in when it comes to Laserdisc. We're taking it there with the Laserdisc. Okay, so the number one rule with the Laserdisc, as far as I can see, is if the tape release, the VHS, Betamax, is so expensive, so hard to find, then the Laserdisc, if you can find the sealed Laserdisc, that's the next best thing. And I just got this in the mail today. I did not expect to show this in the video, but hey, no time like the present. And we have a sealed copy, Laserdisc, of Pulp Fiction. This thing is a sealed. Look at this. This thing is beautiful, big and beautiful. Still sealed up. I managed to buy a pack of bags for LPs and Laserdiscs, so they are protected, so to speak, for as much as these things can protect. The packaging here. Okay, so let's look at the details here. Let's look at the details. So I believe this Laserdisc release here is 1995. And let's see, let's look at the date. Is there a date on here? But I believe this is 1995. This is the earliest of the Laserdisc releases. And there is another one that I believe came out in, I want to say 1997, but this one is 95. Look at this beautiful thing, still sealed up. And another thing, it is complete. It's sealed here as well. Whenever I get, let's see if we can. Let's see. Okay, now whenever I buy a Laserdisc, whenever I'm getting one in the mail, I'm praying, I'm wishing, I'm begging, I'm pleading with the universe. Please let this area right here where the Laserdisc slides out, I'm praying that the Laserdisc, because these things are pretty heavy, that this hasn't busted out the side of the Laserdisc. So when I get it, it's usually a crapshoot, and that's one of my pet peeves that I can't stand. And if the Laserdisc, because the first two Laserdiscs that I ever bought, the disc busted out at the side here. I don't know if it was always like that or it happened like that in shipping, but either way, I'm like, this thing ain't sealed. I gotta return it. That is a pet peeve. I can't stand that. So yeah, we have but this one here is perfectly sealed. I know it kind of looks like there's a bit of a gap. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. I know it looks like a bit of a gap, but thankfully the plastic is still intact there. So, yeah, man, it is a freaking crapshoot. But yeah, we have a sealed Pulp Fiction Laserdisc. Let's look at this one. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. I like this. Crush Groove. So we have the story of, so this is the dramatized version of I guess you can say, where hip-hop became really popular, and this is the rise of Def Jam Records with Blair Underwood playing Russell Simmons. You know what, I'm just now realizing how long and deep in the game Blair Underwood has been in the game. that was awful phrasing, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, this dude has been in it for a minute. Holy cow. So this movie, let's see. Let's take a look. So Crush Groove. And okay, let's see. This graphic here, this design, this is like the clamshell design around the actual image. And I don't know if there was a clamshell of this for as far as VHSs go. So I don't know, because every tape version that I see is just a usual slipcase, but this design for the Laserdisc packaging has that of the clamshell. So I don't know. But I like it. Hell yeah. Okay, so I think I got this for about I want to say around 50, 60, maybe 70 at the most. I kind of forget. But I try not to pay too much for these things just because. So let's take a look at the year. Let's take a look at the year. Boop, boop, boop. Let's take a look at the year. Okay, so the movie came out, artwork and photography, 1985. Okay, so the movie came out in 85. This came out in 86. So were there clamshells in 86? I believe. I'm pretty sure about that. But let's get a good look at the back. Let's get a good look at the back. Wow. Yeah, man, look at that. This is pretty cool. I loved this movie. And damn, this is pretty sweet. Crush Groove. I remember it came on, I want to say, Turner Classic Movies a few months ago, and I couldn't help but watch it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Crush Groove. And I know the disc version, or rather the tape version of this, is a sealed tape version of this is very difficult to find. Very. So, all right. What's next? What's next? Another tape version that's very difficult to find. Footloose. We have a sealed copy of Footloose. What did I want to say about this? So this is the first release on Laserdisc. So get a good look at the front cover. Let's take a look at the back. All right, cool. And let's take a look at the pertinent info here. All right, so 1984 movie. Is there a year for the actual release of this? So this probably came out in 1984 as well. Paramount Home Video, big chunky a big chunky logo right there. So we have a Footloose. I think I got this for 50 bucks. I forget, but it's still sealed. I can appreciate the fact that it's nice and flat here to where the disc hasn't busted the seal. Nice and flat here. All right, so we got Footloose. So these are discs that I've picked up over the course of, I want to say, a few months. And I didn't want to show these off until I got the bags for these. All right. Cat People. What's next? Cat People. Okay, so I noticed this one, finding a sealed VHS of this is really tough. And this came out, so the first VHS release came out at the time when they were doing the rainbow logo. So the Video Cassette Inc. And I think this is the earliest version of the earliest version of the release. Crap. But you get what I'm saying. This is the earliest release of this, and the equivalent is MCA Video Disc Inc. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Cat people. And what I like about this, on the tape release, the color is red, but you have purple here, so we have a completely different look to the tape. And let's take a look at the back. I believe this is going to say 1982. Okay, nice. 1982. Previously, before this it would have been Disco Vision, which we'll get to. But disco was fading out, so they went with Video Cassette Inc. Let's take a look at this here. It says 1982, Natasha Kinski. Let's take a look at this info here. A remake of Curse of the Cat People. All right, cool. Looks good, man. Still sealed up. I think I got this for like $25. Still sealed. Look at that. The disc hasn't busted through. I can always appreciate that, man. Freaking love that. All right, so I mentioned Disco Vision. Now here's something that I'm really, really happy with. Let's get in focus. Excuse me. Prom Night. Look at this, man. Look at this. So we have a slasher horror flick from 1980. So I believe the first MCA releases on Laserdisc were all Disco Vision. They were trying to capture the magic of the disco era, I guess. And what's charming about this is that, like, 70% of the image, I would say, let's say about 65% of this is just all Disco Vision graphic, and you have like a sliver of the actual image of the movie poster art, which is weird. that is really weird. I guess they were going for something. It kind of failed, but in retrospect, it's kind of charming. You can appreciate it just a little bit more. But I actually watched this movie, Prom Night, yesterday. And you know what? It was a decent slasher, but it was weird because some of the guys, they kind of looked alike. The teenage version of some of the guys, like the dude that Jamie Lee Curtis was dating kind of looked like her brother. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of getting confused with certain things. And the first girl that gets killed in the movie, like, didn't she? Okay, so the trope is that once you have sex, you get killed, but she kind of turned her boyfriend down, and then she still gets killed anyway. So I'm like, I don't know about that. And the guy that she turned down, was that the killer? Was that Jamie Lee Curtis's brother? I don't know. It was like everything. I might have to watch it again, but everything kind of just, some of the characters really looked alike. So I don't know. It messed me up. Anyway, look at this. This thing is still sealed up. I bought this a few months ago for about $100, and again, completely sealed on the side there. Hasn't busted the disc hasn't busted through. And let's take a look at. Okay, so the movie came out in 1980, and this release is 1981. Okay. So, yeah, because this guy here looks just like her brother. And this is the guy that she... Okay, so this is the guy that she dated. And spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Her brother is the guy who was the slasher. So I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, this was weird. But this guy here looks exactly like the guy who played her brother. But anyway, let's see. Simcom production, Leslie Nielsen. He was not in the movie that much. Let's take a look. Okay. But yeah, man, look at that. A cool slasher. And this thing is impossible to find sealed on tape. And I mean impossible. So we have the next best thing. And the reason why I'm talking about these laser discs is that some of them have sold for really nice change, for a really nice chunk of change. I know Goonies sold for about $1,000, and a sealed copy of Goonies on Laserdisc sold for about $1,000, and I believe a sealed copy of Gremlins sold for about $1,000. So that's why I'm talking. Listen, I'm talking money here. I'm talking money. All right. If you can't talk money, then I don't know what to I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we have a sealed copy of Prom Night. Hell yeah! Now here's something that I do not see the tape version of. So we have Dragon Slayer. This is a movie that I'm looking forward to watching. So we have what's going on here? Still sealed on the side. Let's take a look at the back. So this movie is, what year is this? 1981. And I can appreciate this. I can appreciate, like, the little tag right there. I can appreciate that. But this movie's from 1981. And I believe this is an 81 release, but this looks cool. This looks cool. So I can't wait to watch this. I do like fantasy, even though I haven't watched any Lord of the Rings at all. But I'm definitely watching this. So Dragon Slayer from 81. I think I got this for really cheap, like less than $20. All right, what's next? But again, this is the type of tape. This is a tape release that is impossible to find sealed, and the versions that I see that are available are kind of like probably the second prints from kind of like 1990 and stuff like that. I barely even see the original releases even opened, you know? So yeah, it's a thing. All right, what's next? Freaks. So this is from, I believe this movie is from early 30s. It's definitely early 30s. Definitely a pre-code movie. This is from the same director that did Dracula, Todd Browning. And this movie is crazy. Love this movie. And it features circus freaks. And one of them is kind of rich. And I guess you can say, normal woman kind of cozies up to him in a plot to kill him and take his fortune. But his circus freak friends are not having it. And yeah, I love this movie. You're one of us. You're one of us. Oh my God, that scene where they're all drinking out of the same like bowl, and then they pass it to the chick, and she's like, she ain't having that. And neither would I. But let's take a look at the details here. So this is a 1986 release, but yeah. this looks to be the earliest release on home video. So, yeah, let's take a look. Classic movie. And I can appreciate I can appreciate a lot of things, but I like the graphic here, the video Laserdisc MGM home video graphic up top. So yeah, Freaks from, gosh, I want to say 1930, 1931. All right, we have another. Now, this one is weird to me. This one is very weird. Let's take a look at this one. So we have another MGM Laserdisc. So we have War Games. War Games from MGM. Okay, so what's weird is that this. Okay, so when it came out on tape, this was a Fox, CBS Fox release, right? And from what I'm researching, I'm still trying to research all this stuff, but from what I researched, there is a CBS Fox Laserdisc of this, and you see this MGM version, but they both came out in the same year. You know what I mean? So this is weird. This is really weird, but I don't know. I thought it was interesting enough, and I figured I'd pick it up. So we got War Games. Let's take a look at the back. So I'm not quite sure which one is the earlier release. I would have to imagine that this one is, but it's still interesting enough to want to pick up. So let's take a look if we can see. Okay, so the copyright on the movie is 1983. I don't know about the actual release here, but we have our Roman numerals. Oh no, it says 83 as well. But yeah, I think this came out in 85. But yeah, this was interesting. This is an interesting release here. But I like it, and I figured I'd buy it. All right, what's next? Ooh, here's one I freaking love. I love. I think I got this for about $100, and this was to me, this was a great purchase. Excellent purchase. So we have a sealed copy of The Warriors. Oh yeah, look at that. The Warriors. This is another tape that's impossible to find, like hella impossible to find, and to get the Laserdisc version, especially with this cool art on it, hell yes, I'm all over it. So yeah, so I bought this, gosh, I want to say maybe 5 months ago. So I saw it for 100, and I was just like, all right, maybe it'll do something, maybe not. And then a couple months, I want to say about a month later, another one sold for close to 300. And I'm just like, okay, all right, this was a good buy right here. And I mean, like I said, you can't find a sealed copy of the tape version, especially the original with the, back Paramount watermarks and all that kind of crap. Like, that one is just impossible to find. So I'm going with this one, and I'll be happy with it. Sealed on the side. Seal on side. Yes, sir. SOS. Seal on side. But look, this thing looks so gorgeous. And let's take a look at the back. So what year did this movie come out? This is another... Okay, so the movie came out in 79. And I believe this release is like, 81. Yes, the movie came out... the home video release is in 81. So, yeah, man. Early Laserdisc. Paramount home video. Love this. Freaking love this. This is really cool. So, yeah, man. Beautiful art. This is something I just, again, I appreciate it. There's not too much more to say about that. But yeah, the Warriors, a sealed copy of the Warriors that I bought a long time ago. All right, let's move on to this. This one is interesting to me. So we have Delusion. So the movie came out in 1981. This is another movie that I need to watch. And this release here, can you see me? Dude, I'm at the edge of my bed talking. But so this one, what did I want to say about this? So this release here is from, I want to say 93, but I love this art here. This art is awesome. If this was the art on a comic book, or like on a Golden Age comic, if the art of if the art on the Golden Age comic were similar to this would be like $1 million book. This thing is so cool. And let's take a look at the back. Delusion is the psychological. Let's take a look. Delusion is the psychological suspense thriller seen through the eyes of a young nurse named Meredith Stone, set in and around the corner estate called Fairlawn. All right. Okay. Psychological thriller. All right, I'm down with that. So, like I said, this came out. So the movie came out early 80s, but this release here is, I think, I want to say early 90s, but I don't know. Okay, I believe that there was a 80s release on tape, but it didn't have this art on it. So I don't know. I don't know. I think I got this for like less than $20. I'm like, all right, I'll buy it. Next is a Vestron video release. The Incubus. We're rounding the bases. We're heading home. The Incubus. So this is from, let's see, what year is this from? If we can take a look. What year is this? I don't see a date. I do not see a date. I'm sorry. But let's take a look at the info here. I just thought it was interesting just because it was a Vestron release on Laserdisc. So the Incubus, I have to imagine, what, mid to early 80s. And last but not least, we have The Thing. The Thing. So this is what the early 80s The Thing was remaked from. Did that sound right? Like I'm trying to... Like I was trying to, it feels like I word saladed that phrase, that statement, but I don't know. It was interesting enough, and so we have James Arness, aka Matt Dillon from Gunsmoke, and I figured, I don't know, this was interesting to me. I forget how much I paid for this, but it couldn't have been that much if I would have bought it. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the info. I want to say this is like a mid-80s release, so yeah. All right, cool. So that is my haul of Laserdiscs. Hopefully I can find some more to show you at a later date. But yeah, I thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time with something. All right, bye.